Hello. My presentation is going to be about juvenile delinquencies, drug abuse, interventions, and situational responses. Drug abuse and situation delinquencies. Studies have shown one of the contribution factors of juvenile delinquency is a lack of supervision and poor parenting. If we as parents are showing poor supervision to a child, they may feel like they're ignored, could be sad at times, and therefore their actions may cause them to act out and even maybe result to methods of drugs. So with those signs, there's early detection of depression and delinquency behavior in juveniles that hopefully can help prevent the drug abuse. So adolescence starts from behaving differently for non-apparent reason. So they'll start acting with withdrawals, very frequently tired, or even depressed. And the signs that he or she is developing a drug-related problem. So some signs for the school officials that they can look for in the juveniles of drug abuse is like a change in their peer groups. So they used to hang out with good people, now they hang out with kids that are not the best kids to hang around. Their grooming went from grooming decent to looking kind of shabby, didn't really care about fixing their hair. There's a big decline in their grades. They went from maybe a straight A student to a C, D. They really start missing classes or skipping school. There's a loss of interest in their activities. They might have played in sports and then they decided not to play anymore. Changing in their eating habits. And then also could be a big change of the relationship with the family and friends. These are all signs that we need to look for, and if any of them, we should seek help for the child as a parent. Child drug intervention team. Child can be spelled out as like combined. So we're going to combine a bunch of resources like law enforcement, the school officials, psychologists, and even the child prevention services. Protection. Help. So we need to help identify the problem and come up with a solution. Intervention. So we're going to provide rehabilitation for the juveniles. Rotation. So we're going to do a big follow-up to ensure that they stay in a drug-free environment. And then development. We're going to develop a plan of action to ensure that they remain in a drug-free environment. The adolescent is a team that evaluates the child and they determine the course of action that will be needed. So when analyzing the child, the drug addiction and define treatment, we can define a treatment program to put the juvenile in. Also, maybe the juvenile might need some mental health assessments, and those can also the mental health can also be determined as a risk factor. So when we're placing the kids, we need to take in consideration is one of the hardest decisions is deciding if the child can return to the home after the treatment. And when we make these decisions, they're not taken lightly, and every situation is being considered. So the deciding factor is initially a cause of the drug abuse the participation of the parents or guardians, and then also the environment. And so our outcome for this is that we want the child to return home and have a positive outcome when the child is received back in the residence. So don't forget what's important. So the most thing is important is the children. The program is designed to help prevent and overcome adolescent drug abuse. The primary goal of the program is the child, and it is made up of volunteers whose only gain is the satisfaction of saving a child's life. So we have no future without our children, and every child needs a hero. So we as parents, we are the child's hero. So we need to make sure that we're able to seek help for the child.